How the dragon uses silencing. Silencing is one of the dragon's most insidious weapons, not just a lack of speech, but an intentional severing of expression. The dragon doesn't merely destroy cities, it erases voices. It devours memory with fire and fear, leaving no one left to tell the tale. Its power thrives not only in screams but in the terrifying quiet afterward, the hush of broken spirits, the blank void where protest once lived. Silencing isn't just censorship, it's soul hunting. Spiritually, the dragon suffocates through dread, taboo, and trauma. It makes people fear their own stories. It convinces them that remembering is dangerous and speaking is a sin. In this fog, doubt and confusion become chains. Whole communities fall under this enchantment, not through war, but through the chilling pressure to stay silent, to forget, to move on. Victims are isolated. Truth becomes heresy. Pain is privatized. Physically, silencing manifests through threats, prisons, forced disappearances, and punishment. The dragon burns libraries, buries songs, and builds empires where nothing sacred may be named. It forces silence through brute force and then demands gratitude. It criminalizes grief and punishes mourning as rebellion. In this silence, evil thrives. Forgotten atrocities become repeated ones. The dragon survives not just by conquest, but by control of narrative. Worse still, silencing often comes wrapped in illusion, false peace, enforced unity, scripted memory. It presents itself as order, healing, or forgiveness, when in truth, it's the death of witness. The dragon doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "Be quiet, don't stir things up." And so, the silence deepens, generation after generation, until the truth is entombed in fear. How Saya counters silencing. Sai, the willow, is the dragon slayer's quiet defiance. It does not shout, but it never forgets. Rooted by still waters, it bends but never breaks. In silence, it listens. And what it hears, it keeps safe. Where the dragon seeks to erase, Sai remembers. Where voices are buried, Sai mourns. Where silence is forced, Sai makes it sacred. The willow teaches that not all silence is submission. Sacred silence is different. It is chosen, not imposed. It is the silence of grief, of reverence, of holding space for what cannot yet be spoken. Sai knows that forced silence is violence, but chosen silence is sanctuary. It transforms the void into a vessel, a place where stories are safe until they are ready to rise again. Dragon slayers marked by Sai do not rush to speak, but when they do, it is with the authority of memory. They carry the burden of the unsaid, listening for what the world tries to bury. Their silence is not absence, it is attention. They become keepers of names, of stories lost to fire, of truths nearly wiped away. Every tear shed beneath the willow is a vow that the dragon's silencing will not prevail. In battle, Sai does not strike with fury, but with presence. It stands in silence beside the wounded, refuses to let pain be erased, and turns mourning into meaning. The dragon fears this, because the willow cannot be intimidated. It will weep, but it will not lie. It will bend, but it will not betray. Why, Sai is the perfect counterforce. The dragon tries to weaponize silence, but Saya redeems it. The dragon seeks to erase, but Saya engraves remembrance into the bones of the earth. Even in the ashes, the willow roots itself. Even when the story is forbidden, the willow leans toward the water and listens, and when the time is right, it speaks not in noise but in presence, in witness, in the unstoppable return of memory. Where the dragon's silence is control, Sile's silence is devotion. One binds, the other frees. One buries, the other bears witness. To bear Sai is to be the quiet that protects, the stillness that honors, the silence that listens deeply enough to bring the forgotten back to life.